1-800-453-2202 or visit ReadyReserveFoods.com. Call 1-800-453-2202. Ready Reserve Foods. Factory direct wholesale pricing.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother. Mainstream media. Government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I am wound up today. Everything is really coming into crystal clear focus, confirming all of our previous analysis and adding a lot of new developments to it. We've got Mark Dice of the Resistance joining us to talk about the zombie population and how they're selling people more and more to be narcissistic, so they're compartmentalized and don't even care about themselves. When you really become totally narcissistic, you just lose all connection to reality, and you stop caring about other people, and hence no one cares about you, and the world becomes a living Hades. Okay, look at all these stacks of news in front of me if you're a prisonplanet.tv viewer. If you're a radio listener, just go to Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com to look it all up. Look at this little story right here. This little story right here is out of Der Spiegel, the biggest publication in Deutschland. And it says, former Stasi cryptographers now develop technology for NATO. Remember 7-8 years ago when Homeland Security paid $1 million plus a year for 2 years straight to Marcus Wolf, the former head of the Stasi, the model for 1984, to set that up in the U.S., to set up the rollout of the spy grid, the citizen spies, all of it? Well, here's some more news on that today. In Europe as well, this is a Stasi state that is being set up. We're going to be talking about it. Also, I saw a report up on prisonplanet.com this morning at about 6 a.m. when I got up. Watson was posting stories. And it was counter-terror operation stops trucks on I-20, WSB-TV. And buried in the article, they admit they were radiating the vehicles with X-ray systems. And, of course, you know about Forbes and others reporting. We told you about this years ago, but now it's admitted. 500 in the latest purchase of mobile X-ray trucks that are at least, according to radiologists we've interviewed and engineers, 10 times stronger than a chest X-ray. And they are driving through every major neighborhood. This is just one purchase of 500. The intel we've got is there's thousands of these vehicles, X-ray trucks, thousands of big surveillance trucks that local police have hooked into the feds that have other electronic systems to pick up everything you're doing. I know the Austin Police Department has 3 of these stinking things just where I live in a town of less than 1 million people. It is total Stasi. It makes the greatest surveillance police state on earth look like child's play. It's just the Stasi had secret arrest, torture, and suppressed political dissent. But we have more surveillance than they do, and so now, right along with all of that, they're now bringing in the physical oppression as well and telling you it's all being done because of men in caves in Afghanistan, but all the internal Homeland Security reports say it's for gun owners, landowners, returning veterans, people that love America and the Bill of Rights. So, I asked Paul Watson this morning to do a detailed boil down on the fact that all over the country, they're not just having warrantless checkpoints, but they have you and your family, and we have newscasts out of New York and other places, with the Army directing people through the X-ray machines that shoot right through your car. And this report doesn't just expose the fact that they're violating the Fourth Amendment. That's a small caveat to the fact that they're now selling the idea that being bathed in radiation is not bad for you. Now, you go back 20 years ago to 1990, the Army reports said DU, depleted uranium, was completely deadly, a last-ditch weapon if World War III started, and multiple divisions of armored tanks rolled in out of Eastern Europe into Western Europe. Ground troops would then be served out from the armory DU weapons. so they could shoot through tanks even with small arms. But they said this is during already a full-bore nuclear war. You only get these out because it's going to radiate and poison our own troops. But if they're about to be killed by a Russian armored division, better they at least die 5 years later or 10 years later from radiation and poisoning. Now they just say, hey, it's not bad. Mercury's not bad. Melamine's not bad. And we're going to radiate you and your family. We're going to murder you.
Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh, made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new evacuation pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is efoodsdirect.com. Go to their website online right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
You take my life, but I'll take yours too. You fire a musket, but I'll run you through. And when we're waiting for the next attack, you better stand. There is no falling back. Because on this battlefield, no one wins.
You take my life, but I'll take yours too.
You fire a musket, but I'll run you through.
So when you're waiting for the next attack,
I want the prisonplanet.tv viewers to see this. If they'll aim the document cam at this chessboard over here at 1:30 in the middle of the third hour, I am going to basically give you a parallel, a parable, a analogy of the New World Order system via the chessboard. So that is coming up in about 2 hours and 20 minutes from now. Because on this battlefield, no one wins. The globalists, when they're killing enemies with depleted uranium weapons, are also bathing our own troops in the soft kill weapon. It's hard kill when it's first used, but the derivative of it is a soft kill. And we're going to be discussing that coming up. And this article by Paul Joseph Watson up at prisonplanet.com, Feds radiating Americans at internal checkpoints. Feds radiating Americans at internal checkpoints. Boy, if there was ever going to be a Google search of the day, it's Feds radiating Americans. People need to know about this. They need to fight it. They need to say no. They need to understand what's happening. The incredible precedent being set to roll out naked body scanners at county courthouses, federal courthouses, mobile vans, at least 500, driving by without warrants. That's another issue. Bathing your house in at least 10 times the radiation of a high-powered chest X-ray. They've now got super high-powered MRIs that even the New York Times admits is giving people brain damage and cancer, and is so powerful it makes your hair fall out. Well, this stuff dwarfs that, and it's just open insanity. And Italy announces they're pulling out the naked body scanners because they don't work well, because people are rebelling, people aren't flying. The airlines here want them out. The public is saying no to them. It makes the lines longer, and they lie and say there's no radiation, and we now learn it's massive. And they lie and say they're not saving the images. And of course, they're lying. I told you that a year ago. Now it's admitted. They save it all by design. And yes, they now admit it gives them a biometric scan of your body for biometric scanning. Doesn't matter if Mel Gibson's running around L.A. in disguises, a fake nose and glasses, or if you're running around in a disguise. They've got millimeter wave cameras that have already gone up nationwide. I learned about this 8 years ago. It's now Wired magazine, that from 200 yards away, Wired reports, shoot through your clothes and scan your biometric signature. But how do they get your body scan attached to your name? You're going to the airport, they've got your name, you're next in the queue, you go through, they get the body scan and bathe you in radiation and set the precedent that they're going to do it. And set the precedent that DARPA and Homeland Security and their private operatives and mercenaries are going to fly around with helicopters and drive around with vans, not bathing your home in radiation, infrared radiation, which can just basically see heat sources like grow lamps. This is classic X-rays going through your house at least 10 times a chest X-ray. And we've got the newscast. He's got it linked here from Fox in New York, where they go, oh, the troops have helped arrest thousands for guns and drugs. We have people on the highway drive under this X-ray machine. And it shows people in their cars driving through it. Just 5 years ago, they had these at the border, and they get the people out. They put the truck up on a conveyor system, and they roll it through, and the guys running it get in an armored room and run the machine. Now they just say, hey, troops, hey, state police, hey, Homeland Security people, you're going to ride around in vans with X-ray blasters on the roof shooting through people's houses. Do you know how much backscatter you're being bathed in? You know, going back when they first developed radar in the 1940s, that until the early 1950s, they would have people unshielded in radar systems until they found that most of them died within a decade of cancers. In fact, sometimes people would die within just a few months of being stationed at these facilities. They would joke around at the end of World War II and put their food on a table in front of the radar when they weren't looking for planes and heat their food. They can do that with radio transmitters. Can heat the food. You know how many radio engineers I've worked with over the years that talk about how deadly an AM transmitter is up close? How deadly an FM transmitter is up close? Now, from every length of the antenna, it loses half its power. So after a few hundred yards, there's almost nothing. But when you're right up next to that baby, you're in trouble. Do you understand? There is a strategic operation to tell the troops DU isn't bad, to use it all over the world, even have it in the smallest calibers of ammo, hundreds of different munitions. They know it's deadly. They're using it at target ranges and proving grounds all over the world, outside major cities and small towns,
But this isn't just about being radiated. It's about the mindset of the social engineers to be so bold that they roll out with vaccines they know maim hundreds